All right, this question gives us this graph and asks which equation represents this model. All right, let's do some process of elimination. So the graph opens downwards, which means it's going to have a negative coefficient, right? That A is going to be negative. So let's eliminate anything that doesn't have a negative A on it. Do you see this is positive, so that's not going to work. This is negative, so that's going to work. And this is negative on this coefficient, that's going to work. Here's a positive, that's not going to work. All right. So now we got to figure out which equation is right. These are ugly equations. My students usually don't know them. So the easiest thing to do is let's just pick a point on the graph and shove it into each equation and see which one works. So we could pick 30, 50. Nothing wrong with that. But I think there's an easier point here at 10, 30. It'll just make the mental math a little bit easier. All right, so let's shove in 10 for x and see if it gives us 30 for y. So this would be 30 equals negative 118, 10 squared plus 50. So that's going to equal negative 118 times 100 plus 50. So negative 118, let's call that negative 1/20th. 20 goes into 100 5 times. So this is going to be about negative 5 plus 50, which is going to give me 45, not 30. Let's see if I can get closer. Since I'm kind of estimating, I don't expect to get right on, but let me see if this equation gets me any closer. So 30 is equal to 50 minus 1 over 18, 10 minus 30 squared. All right, 10 minus 30 is negative 20. Squared is 400. And then we've got times minus 118. Again, let's turn it to negative 1/20th. 20 goes into 400. 20 goes into 40 twice. And so then with zero left over, so it's 20. So 400 divided by 20 is 20. So that's going to be 50 minus 20. And that is equal to 30. That's a closer match, so this is going to be the right equation. So what's the takeaway? When they give you a graph or a chart and say which equation is true, just pull a point off the chart or the graph and plug it into the equation and see which one works. Now we were able to eliminate a couple equations by knowing something about parabolas. So if you can eliminate some equations, do, but then just plug the point in and see which equation is true.